Good evening, y'all. Good evening. My name is Michelle Zachary. Welcome to Relock Podcast. Today I have my co-host Erica Sloan and Tanisha Mitchell. Today's topic, y'all, is going to be about relationships and or situationships. Um, the reason I chose this topic is because I don't believe that a lot of people know what they really are in. So today we came here to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Tanisha and Erica, how y'all doing today?
I am fine.
Good.
That's
She
good.
said,
That's
I am
good.
fine.
That's good.
I'm doing great.
That's good. Erica, I
We
see you
just
over
had
there
an
sipping on
awesome
something. What you
weekend.
sipping on, Erica?
I'm sipping on it. I made me a little drink. I called it summer breeze.
Summer
So yeah.
breeze. Baby, it ain't breezy outside today. It's cold.
It was real breezy. No, it was real breezy today. That's why our power went out here today.
It was actually, yeah, it was a little cool this morning when I went out.
That must be in Pflugerville because where I was at in the Arboretum, they was trucking.
We're actually in Maine. It was cold in Maine
Oh man,
today.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
was just real windy. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. So talking about relationships or situationships is, it's you think, do people really know what they're in? Do they really um understand the difference between the two um when you say a situationship or relationship? And so I guess, Erica, I would ask you, what defines a situationship?
I guess for me, what defines a situationship is, to me, I guess it's when a man is not, or man or woman, let's say that, man or woman, they're not ready for that commitment. They want to definitely hang out. We can go eat. We can go to the movies. We can, do all the things in the relationship, but they don't want the commitment part. They don't
Right,
want to make you their primary.
right,
Let's just say
right,
that.
Hmm.
So to me,
right.
that's to me, without that commitment part, we're saying we are in this relationship is just me and you. To me, that's a situationship.
Okay, Tanisha, what would you define as a situationship?
Just to keep it all over one, I'll just say somebody that's just a side piece. I mean,
Mm,
Okay,
is because you don't know. I mean, a situationship is like you saying, it's a situation. I don't know if you sign today, you Tuesday, or you Wednesday. I mean,
mm,
right,
might jump off and I see you at the club on Friday and after the wing, get your wings, meet me up later. It's a situation, just depending on the situation. So
right,
mm.
right,
it depends.
right.
And
Okay,
it don't have to be a bad thing. I mean, because we're all adults, right?
true, true. Um, as for me, so I went and I looked up what a situationship, which is exactly what I thought it was. So I thought that my definition of a situation was two people who were not committed,
Mm-hmm.
that it was sexual. We have sex, we hang out, but we don't do anything else together. And
Mm.
um
Mm.
and so that's what I looked at as a situationship, that he can do what he want to do, you do what you want to do, and we just dealing with each other on a sexual level. And I seem to see that a lot of people don't look at it like that. I think a lot of people are in situationships and they don't think that they are. So that is what I would have considered a situationship, which is, what the dictionary basically says, is that it's a sexual relationship. And that's it. It has no, commitment to it. So um, that's what I would say a situationship was. Now, Tanisha, what would you consider a relationship?
A relationship, I would say two people who agree, like, you my boo, I'm your boo, we exclusive. To me, that's a relationship. But then on the other side, because we are in 2023, it's so many kind of different relationships that people say that they're in, that they agree that that's their norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my norm is I'm your boo, you my boo, and ain't nobody else's boo. That's what I call a relationship.
That's right.
Right. Erica and Tanisha, if y'all have y'all phones, can y'all get on Facebook? I think I just kind of asked y'all to get on there, just to in case we have some technical difficulties with that, and we'll be able to have you two on Facebook as well with me.
Because we are in 2023, it's so with me.
Yeah. So, Erica, what do you consider a relationship?
I think I'm with Tanisha. I think it's more, it's definitely a commitment. We're in this relationship. It's just us. We together. There's nobody else that you're supposed to be seeing or swinging through. You know what I mean? Like, it's a commitment. You are deciding that it's you two together. Y'all are moving forward. To me, and especially when you're getting into a relationship, we all get into the relationship, I feel like, to move forward. Because at our age, I mean, like she said, that nowadays things are different as far as a relationship. But for us, as I feel like we have gotten older in that age in our 40s, to where it's more so we looking for marriage. When we get into a relationship, it's because we trying to move forward. We trying, it's marriage, a commitment. So we not just out there dating to be dating, in a relationship with somebody just to say, oh, I got a boo. We want that long term, in other words. So for me, it's definitely the commitment part, and growing together. That's what I see as a relationship.
And stability.
Yeah.
Instability. Okay.
Don't eat because, honey, some people be like, oh, they'll just be cool and be like, well, damn, did you go to Michelle to get your credit together?
I can't say it. So, okay, that was good. That was good. So for me, I guess I would define a relationship as two people in a monogamous relationship. Something that was an agreement, a commitment between two people that has no outside people in that circle, but you two and God. That's it. We ain't got no people you used to talk to back when you was in school. We ain't got no homegirls straggling around. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that you can't be in a relationship and you can't have friends of the opposite sex, but at the same time, we need to define what that platonic friendship is, and not somebody that you may used to deal with before you dealt with me. And it is strictly just a monogamous relationship between the two of us. So that is my take on what I feel like a relationship in. And so I will ask you both, and either one of y'all can comment. Why do you think society allows themselves to get into situationships, and what attributes people? Well, I'll ask. What do you think society allows themselves? Why do they get in situationships? What what happens? How do you? Because to me, when you meet someone, I thought the goal was to be in the relationship you're working towards. But then what we see these people in these long-term situationships. How do they get there? Tanisha, answer that question.
To me, I think is comfortability, and to me, I think is sometimes, how when you was growing up, your mom used to always say, "Be careful about the people you hang around with," because you see your friends doing it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, girls, it's okay," and it's okay for the moment, but then you like, okay, I'm on year 5, year 6, and again, it goes back to comfortability. It's like you're not doing nothing to make nothing shake, and it's like, oh well, we're gonna do that next year, and then here come year 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and it's like it just keeps going, it's like you're so comfortable because you're scared to be alone, because everybody wants to be with somebody, but it's like, how long are you willing to be alone till the right one come?
Right, right.
So you just deal with oh, okay.
Great point. That's a great
Okay,
point.
yeah, that's cool. So Erica, why do you think society allows themselves to stay in such these long-term situationships?
I can say for myself, I don't think we.
Put y'all Facebooks on mute.
Okay, I do it. Is it on mute? Good.
I think somebody's on. Got it on mute.
Definitely.
Okay, I
Okay.
have to take y'all off because I can't. It is.
I
It
I
didn't work
understand.
like that. Okay,
So
so go
I
ahead,
think
Erica.
for I think that I'm just gonna say for myself because I feel like I'm just being honest, have been in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we never go into, I'm going to say for me, I didn't go into that situation saying that that's what I wanted to be in was a situationship. I think,
Mhm.
you start dating someone, you're getting to know this person because a lot of times I think that we are misled um and
Mhm.
thinking that that's what you're going to end up going towards because that's what that person is telling you at the time. You
Right.
spending all this time because y'all are in that dating phase, right? You're getting to know each other. You have definitely been upfront and told them this is what I want. They're saying the same thing, and as time grows, like you said, you get comfortable with that person. Um, it starts to be a comfort, and you feel like you're getting all those things that you want, but
Mhm.
there's still no commitment there. So
Right.
me, I think, and then like you said, as time go on, it's a year later, but you're still getting all those things that you want and you need. You're spending all this time, you're doing things, you're taking trips, you're doing all it, and then there's still no commitment though. So it's like a little bit of it is like I think it's kind of misleading sometimes. When I feel like you get into that situation and you get comfortable. Um, so I think that's kind of just a lot of it is just ends up being misleading and you feel like that's where you're going but ended up that's not where they're at,
Right.
but you've already gotten into it, like, and so you're hoping that, or and tell you, oh, okay, well, we'll see, we'll get there, and it's like 2, 3, 4 years later and you're like at this point it's like I thought we were getting there, so I don't know, to me I just kind of feel
Okay.
like that's just what it is.
Okay. Um. Okay. So for me, what I see in these type of situations is people meet, and I think they meet with the intent on getting into a long term relationship. And these men throw these red flags out there.
Mhm.
And because they want the relationship so bad, they overlook the red flags. And um yeah, they overlook the red flags. And
Mm,
so they overlook them and then they stay in thinking that they're going to change them at some point. They think the change is going to happen at some point, and the change never happens. And then
no.
another red flag comes up, and they overlook that red flag. And before you know it, you 6, 7 years down the line, and now you've been in a situation. Because one thing we do understand about these men, they're going to tell you exactly what they want you to hear. You've already told them what you're looking for, so they're gonna do what you say. It's not like they going into it blindsided or they going into it having to love you into a place or to figure it out. They're basically just going into it like She told me she want this. She told me that her ex did her like this. And so they already know all your business. So they're
Mm-hmm.
going to do exactly what they need to do to get you in a position to where you don't want to leave them. Like, so now you're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And
Mm.
that benefit of the doubt one time turns into 2 times, 3 times. And then
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, you damn 16 years down the damn line, and you still giving this man the benefit of the doubt, and he haven't given you anything that you want, which was what you got with him in the first place for, was the freaking relationship. And I think that's how people stay in it so long. They see one thing and they just overlook it, like, well, he said that he just didn't, and then you be like, okay, but girl, like, okay. And then he do something else, and then y'all talk, then y'all have the conversation again. And then that's almost like you're trying to train him how to treat you, or you are trying to train him to be your be your mate. You know what I'm saying? And it, it just is kind of what it is with that. So it's to me, that is, can y'all hear me now on Facebook? I think they're saying they can't hear me. Erica, can y'all hear me on Facebook?
I'll turn mine down. So let me see. I turn mine to turn mine.
Yeah, I want y'all to mute
I
y'all.
can, I can hear you.
I want y'all to mute
Yeah,
y'all
it says
phone because I need to invite y'all in. But y'all have to mute y'all phone. Y'all can't just turn them down.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I need to invite y'all in. But y'all have to mute y'all phone. Y'all can't just turn them down.
okay.
Yeah, you got that little mic at the bottom. You got to put an X in it because I think we're on both. So,
Gotcha. I got it.
Erica, I can't see you though.
Oh, you want to see me? I did.
So, you guys that's watching, um, if you're just now tuning in, we're talking about relationships and situationships, and what does they mean to you. So we've talked about why we think society allows themselves to get into these relationships, and so that's kind of what we're on right now. So my next question to Erica and Tanisha, what do you think is due to that? Do you think it's low self-esteem, uh, something that's self-inflicted, maybe mental issues, maybe childhood issues? Why do you think a woman can, or a man could meet a woman and this person does not treat them the way that they know they should be treated and they stay? Like, what happens in a person that they know that this person is totally doing them wrong? They telling their friends about it, they telling their family about it, and they stay. Why? Like, what do you think is the problem? Like, Erica, what do you think?
I don't necessarily want to say it has to do with that person. Because, like I said, I feel like sometimes, not necessarily, and it could be some of those things. I totally agree, but I don't think it goes for every situation. I feel like every situation could be a little different. I feel like there are some situations where, like I said, you're in that situation with that person, and you're getting 100% everything that you want. Besides saying it's us, this is me and you. Let me do this. Um, and that this is me and you. So I put it on mute, but I'm hearing echo. So I feel like it's not necessarily that. I feel like sometimes it's just things can be a little misleading. Um, and I feel like you kind of go along with the flow. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like sometimes situations are totally different. So I don't know.
I think sometimes, like, just depending on like if this your first relationship, your second one. Sometimes people have like traumas that they didn't deal with in the previous relationship. So then
Uh-huh.
when they get to this new one, they're like, okay, he did that. Okay, we gonna work through that, and then he do it again, and then we look up it's year number 6, and then he doing stuff, but now he doing new stuff, and you like, oh, I can fix it, because sometimes as women we are fixers, but
Mhm.
sometimes men have their own traumas from like childhood and other relationships, and we're like stuff that we can't fix. Like they have to fix on their own problems. Like we can't change men; they have to be willing to change themselves. Because in a relationship, it has to be two people. You can't do all the work yourself because that's
Right.
when we become burnt out. So I just think sometimes it's like we just take on the responsibility of trying to change people, and sometimes
Mhm.
people have to be willing to want to change themselves. Like you're not gonna get what you had in the last relationship in this relationship, but some people they think, oh, you're gonna be around for the next 10 years because you already been with me for 8. So what's two more?
Mhm.
Right, right.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah. Um, for me, I'm very observant when it comes to relationships. It's something that I've had a deep passion for forever.
Mhm.
Um, just growing up watching my parents and then moving forward in my own relationships. And I'm one of them people. I moves on really fast. When I give you a few chances, and when you don't align with what my alignment for my life is,
mm-hmm,
then you got to go, because this is my life and I have allowed you to fit into my space. This is
mm-hmm,
my space, my kids' space. And if you're not going to give and compromise with what I need, because I'm going to give you what you need as well. But if I don't see fit for what I'm looking for, I'm not compromising too much on nothing.
right,
Not at my age.
mm-hmm,
I think when you're young, you really don't know what the real concept of relationships is and how they should go. But I think as you grow older and you are in these numerous relationships or whatever you in, you have had the experience. And once you have that experience, you have to use it. It's just like when you go to apply for a job, what you do, you give them a resume of all your past jobs that you have experience in this field that you're trying to get a job in. And that's the same thing people should do in relationships. You have had all these experiences. You done been hit on, you done been cheated on, you done been somebody to talk to your man been disrespectful, he don't pay bills, he don't go to work. You did all that in your young years, your 19s, 20, 21, 22. By the time you reach 40 years old, your whole outlook on life needs to be different. You
right,
can't you that other than that, you didn't lost 20 years of nothing. You ain't learned shit.
mm-hmm,
You have to apply what you've learned, and you have to not be scared to tell somebody that you don't align with what I align with. Okay, we've been doing this about 10, 11, 12 months, a year. Okay, you know what? Because what I've realized is that men will start making women feel bad for wanting what they know they deserve. Are you trying to rush me? Or I got this I need to do. Well, I got this that I need to do. And what
right,
I need to do is what I need to do for me, because I've already did 20 years of that. So if
Right.
you a man and you 40 years old and you ain't figured it out, well, you go figure it out with you a 20 some year old, because she ain't figured it out. I'm 45. I know what I want.
Yeah.
I'm
right,
not going to wait on you to catch up with my life.
Yeah.
right.
You
Yeah.
need to have been where I'm at already. I'm not babysitting nobody's grown son.
Come on, Sister Shell.
I'm not doing it. So
She
me,
preaching
baby,
today.
let me tell y'all something. Before I met this husband of mine,
Hmm.
baby, years back, baby, I would have a different person at the Thanksgiving dinner, baby. Because I'm gonna tell you, you showed me some shit that I didn't want. You got about two good chances, honey.
Shell
I'm
like
not
Jack
trying to
coming
figure out what's wrong with you.
down.
Baby, you should have went to counseling when you was a child. I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna fix all your problems. As a man, baby, we all got insurance. You better use your insurance to go get some therapy. But I ain't your therapist and I ain't your mom.
Yeah.
So you
Real.
need to fix that. When I meet you, I need you to be together. And I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but I'm
Right.
saying I know you have experienced some things in your life to where you want to move forward. And if you don't, then I'm really not the woman for you.
Yeah,
Because I already know what I want. I'm not coaching you to be with me. I'm not holding your hand while you on your knees and I'm on my feet and I'm trying to drag you along me. Because then what if I go down the line and I done did all this and then you still don't give me what I want? So that means I didn't miss time. We can't get time back.
Right.
Time is really everything. It's really the most precious thing that we have in this life is time. So at the end of the day, we shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? So, baby, y'all know I would go on all day about that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take some
Shell, let's get it. Let's get it, Sister Shell.
We're gonna talk
Shell.
we're gonna talk about some
You is not
we're
lying.
gonna get some questions, y'all. We have some people on. Thank y'all for tuning in to Relock Podcast. I see some questions on. Let me see if y'all guys have any questions. I see Carrie Williams say two broken people trying to figure it out. Yeah, Carrie, I would say, but I mean, we could use that excuse. But at 40, and I'll say 40, at 40, you had 20 years to go through some. Like, if we as a woman can figure it out, what happens to them? And like, these men, we need to hold them a little more accountable and stop pampering them and coddling them like they children. Like, they need to get up and get with the pace. We all done had bad childhoods, so we all done went through something and we figured it out. And we still gave these men what they wanted. So why can't they do it? Like, we have to wait on them till they 75. Like, gonna be pushing his ass in a wheelchair. Like, no. He needs to grow up.
It could be two women. Kara said it could be two, and you're right. It could be women too, men or women.
Yeah.
Just say men or women.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It could be women too. I know some women who got some good men. They got some good men, and they ain't got it together, baby. I'd be like, ooh, child, if y'all only knew, baby, the things I've been through, baby, I'll be trying to hold on to them good men because them good men ain't, you know what I mean? Them good men is hard to find, honey.
Really
They're hard to find.
And I think too, it also has to do with what it definitely. I feel like too, what it is definitely what you looking for and what you want. Because if you cool with a situationship and that's what you're looking for because you don't want nothing permanent and y'all agree on that, if that's something that you definitely, because if you get out of a relationship and he just got out of something and that's what y'all cool with doing, absolutely. Each his own.
Because a lot of people don't aspire to be married no more. People just want to think they want to be Oprah and Stedman, but they don't have Oprah and Stedman money. And people just want to be in long-term relationships because they say that because the other person don't really want to make the commitment. So they don't want to say what they really want to do.
That's what I was just going to say.
They don't want to look embarrassed to everybody else. Girl, say you want to be married and keep the party going. Fuck that man and go get you a real one.
But that definitely goes to saying exactly I think definitely being upfront and being honest about what it is that you're looking for in the beginning. That's what I said. A lot of times people are not definitely upfront and honest about what they're looking for. So that's why I said sometimes they can be a little misleading and they telling you what they think you want to hear in the very, very beginning.
They're showing up as their representative instead of showing up as their true self.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jennifer Bell said, piss or get off the pot. Come on, come correct or don't come at Jennifer, you are absolutely correct.
Jennifer.
That's my whole thing is that, we can, I for years I have seen women and I'm gonna talk more about a woman because I'm not a man. So if it's any men on here, y'all chime in and tell us why y'all drag these relationships on. And y'all can be honest. If the woman, when you met her, she was in the club, baby, she had her YSL purse on and her Gucci. And when you got over her house, her bathroom was dirty. Let us know. Maybe that's why you dragging her on. We needs to know because we need to not be accusing y'all of being that way. We know a lot of times men don't say the things they don't like about us. We will call our friends all day and be like, girl, I don't like this about him. I don't like this. But at the end of the day, it's some things that men don't like about women either.
Oh, for sure.
Force them men to like those things. Y'all, let me tell y'all something, man. If y'all meet a woman, and I would say once you saw that bathroom dirty, you saw them pile of clothes in that corner and you don't like her, keep it pushing. Because that's the way that she is. She ain't gonna clean up if you get with her. And if that's the reason why you are in a situation with her, because maybe you do just want to have sex, or she's somebody that's available all the time for you to have sex with, then say that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time, that be the case too. We got Natasha Wade. She said they still searching for that one. Tasha, what do you mean when you say they still searching for that one?
Yeah. What
Amy said that people stay in situations for financial reason for the kids, which I feel is an excuse. Girl, listen, baby, I would live in the projects before I deal with a man.
Amy, I'm
I
a
would
product of
work 3 jobs.
and I don't believe in that. So
yeah, I don't either.
Parents co-parent very well, so I just don't believe in that myself.
I think I will say when I was a kid, my mom and my dad, my mom stayed with my daddy for a while. And I did not want, as much as I love my father, I did not want my mama to stay with him because of their situation. So to me, I felt like maybe it damaged us more that my mom did stay as long as she did versus if she would have just left my daddy alone.
Right.
Even though we still love my daddy, we just didn't believe that he was a good boyfriend.
Right.
To his kids, he was a great man, but in a relationship, he was not. And it did us more damage than good for her to stay with him. And so she ended up leaving him, which was great for us because we was like, good, thank you, Jesus. And we still love my daddy. But at the end of the day, that's just what it was. So me seeing that as a kid, I felt like my mama stayed too long. So when I grew up and I said, that I'm never doing.
Right.
I don't care who the daddy is. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Bye. And I had 3 kids by 3 different people. And goodbye, check, goodbye, check. If you don't do right, you gone. And so that was the thing with that. And Tasha, we'll go back to Tasha.
I wanted to ask this question. So say, and this is getting y'all's feedback. So say you are in a situation, just say you dating somebody and y'all have been dating for a while, but y'all, I mean, like I said, everything is cool. And everything is good besides the commitment part, right? But I mean, y'all are good. There's no, you got full access. Everything is cool. How long is like when is the breaking point? Like, because definitely we know it's the goal is marriage, right? And that's what you want. But if you get everything that you possibly want, it's no doubt in your mind with this person and y'all are good. Like, is there a breaking point? Do you say, like, what is the cutoff? Like, what do you do in that situation?
I mean, for me, I think as a woman or a man, you got to know what you want. And I think that's the problem is that people, they know what they want, but they scared to say it because they don't want to break off the situation. They already know what they want. They done told their friends, oh girl, I want to be married. I want to do this. I want to do that. And they laid their life out of what they want based on their past. Then they get with this man. And what I have seen, the man grooms the woman. When the man don't want it, he not going to necessarily come in and say, well, I don't want it because he know he's not going to be able to continue the relationship. So what he does, he just grooms you. He buy you gifts. He do little things, spend a little time with you here and there. And he grooms you. And you be like, oh, well, shit, I get this from, or we do this. And it seemed like a relationship. And it's just really, he's really just grooming you. And then when you look up, you down the line. You have to be set in stone and not move and not waver on what you want. Yeah. And the thing is, too many women waver. Yeah. They already know in their mind they don't have they don't have the strength. I ain't going to say strength. They don't have the guts or the they don't have it in them to say,
I saw it make
you know what, this went on long enough.
Make you compromise. I
Yeah,
definitely
I mean, to me, I think that's what I see that a lot is that the women just get groomed. They get groomed, and then and I have seen it to where women have gotten groomed so long, and that man never be with them, and he will go get with another woman and boom, give her a ring.
Yeah.
Now you done went with him for 5-6 years, and you knew this is what you wanted when you got with him, and then you turn around and you ain't the one he really wanted, but it's like, I remember this woman at my job, she used to say, baby, I'm just buying time. She said she was buying time, and that's what a lot of men do. Them men already know if they want you when they get with you.
I agree with that.
They already know. But one thing about a man, he is going to get what he wants. He gonna get what he wants. And I used to tell women all the time, like, girl, don't be the girl, make it. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you start challenging a man, that's how you're gonna know if he wants you or not.
Yes,
you start challenging him, he gonna either move around or he gonna come.
Yes.
These comments say, Tasha comment, she said they drag on the relationship using a woman as a placeholder until he finds. That's true, Tasha. And that's just what I say. They drag women on until they really get who they want. And we see that happen in so many relationships. We be like, he went on for 13 years. And he got me. I mean, we know a situation that just happened like that, Erica.
Yeah.
You know, where these men will go with these women forever, and then boom, you turn around, he be going marrying somebody else. She be like,
what the heck?
Okay. Yes. Then that's it. It make you Vicky, you are absolutely right. They make you compromise. And that's the thing, it's like it's really sad because and I would say men too. I'm not gonna just put men out there, even though we're women and we're talking about, situations and things that we've been through. But it's like we see it so much. And it's really not fair to a man or to a woman. And I'm going to just put that out there for the men. It's not fair for women to do y'all like that either. But at some point, you have to build up enough esteem in yourself and say, I don't deserve this, and I'm not going to do it. I said, this is what I wanted. I've given you enough time. How long it take you to know you want me?
But it's
I didn't let you in my house.
How long do you go? Like that's one of the questions.
How long before you say stop?
Me, like 3 years tops. If I don't get a ring in 3 years, I moves around. And that's 3 years. Baby, I give you 3 years and you go. Okay. How long do you need to get?
So this what happened to me, Eric. I'll give you an example. So I met my husband in 2002, right? We moved in 2005. So to me, that was 9 years, right? And I said, I'm not being nobody's motherfucking girlfriend at year number 10. So you either marry me or I needs to go move around. So to me, like you said, I was just like, I've known you. I've been with you for 6 years. Like, it's like a time frame. Like, even though some people feel like it ain't no time frame, but it is. It's like, how long you gonna do this? It's like, so in my mind, I was like, okay, I've known you. We moved in. Nigga, 10, we need to get in. What would that say?
10
and we in. Yeah.
I mean, I met you and we moved in. We did the whole charade. What else do we need to do? I mean, now we need to start our life as husband and wife. What else?
What's next? Yeah, what's next?
Right. Next, we need to be getting flued out, going somewhere else. I need to start moving around. It's too much going on. I'm looking at other people. Now you start looking at options. See, that's what men feel like. Ooh, oh boy, he get his shit together. Oh Lord, he only got his kids is grown. I don't even got them. Men don't like that.
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
So somebody on here said, let's see. Vicky Thomas said, why are women and men so scared to be alone?
Why do you think that women and men are so scared to commit these days and not staying in these situationships? Why do you think they so scared to commit?
They not. I don't feel like they are. They get to have what your grandma used to say. You giving the milk without buying the cow.
Yeah.
The women have allowed it. The women have allowed these men to get the milk without buying the cow. These women are laying up with these men, they giving these men, they cooking for them, they doing all the wife things. But this man could pass away tomorrow, and his mom ain't putting you on the program, okay? You ain't getting on the program, and you ain't sitting on that front pew with nobody. The problem is that is, yeah, okay, special friend, and you probably won't even get on there as a special friend.
No.
These women have allowed these men to get the milk without buying the cow, as our grandmas used to say. That these women are having sex with these men out of wedlock, and I'm not judging y'all. Trust me, I'm not. Everybody know I'm very transparent in my life. I'm not judging anybody, so don't take this as a judgment. But this is just the truth, and we talking real on here. Women are opening their legs. Mm-hmm. Women are giving their souls, their mind, their hearts, their money, their time to these men, and they do not have they don't have no paperwork.
Yeah.
These men ain't giving that to you. He can sleep with you. These men can sleep with you all day and have no attachment to you. They're not emotionally wired the way that we are.
We are. Yeah.
They can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because when they talking to you, they probably got somebody else somewhere too that you don't know about.
But do you think I was gonna say, do you think the problem is, like, you know how we have these conversations, more men need to have these conversations and be more accountable? Like, man, you know that ain't right, but some of them, they don't hold each other accountable. Like sometimes women hold their friends more accountable than men.
We do. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see if we got a man on here. Let me see any men now.
Like me and Michelle, because me and Michelle talk about this shit all the time. We talk about this all the time, and she definitely gonna let you know, girl. But you right, girl. Don't you do that? Forget him. That ain't the word she used. But you know what I mean. Like, we definitely, as females, we definitely hold our friends accountable. Girl, I wouldn't do. But men don't have that. They give
each other dabs and be like, oh, no,
they friends will be with their homeboys, see their homeboys cheating on their woman, and will not say nothing.
Not at all.
You over there trying to talk to a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will have this. Okay, so y'all were taking questions. So Erica, if you see anything in the comments, let me know. I'm scrolling through. Hey, Rakesh, you late to the party, baby. As long as you here, that's all that matters.
She gets on my nerves.
Let me see if I can move this.
Yeah, so a man is only going to change for one woman, Amy said, and that's true. And that, you know what woman that is, the one that's going to put him in his place and ain't going to play with him. When you find them women who be like, goodbye, and don't be bothered with him, that's the ones he want. The ones don't give him what he want, he don't want you. Because he know you too easy. He know you going to give in. He know you going to be the one be like, oh, feeling sorry for him. You going to be the one that ain't going to be with him. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
Baby, I didn't been one of them women before. And baby, I changed that game up so fast. I was like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I hope some men come on. I want some men to come on here because I really want to know like what the men think about it. Evelyn Coffee says she couldn't hear me. Evelyn, can you hear me now? I guess you guys can. Aaron Brown, talk to me, friend. Yep. I see you on here, but I see you quiet. Aaron, chime in if you're still on here and let me know what you think. Why do men drag women on? What do you think a relationship and a situation is? We've been friends for a while. I know you kind of like my family, so chime in and let us know if there's any other guys on here, y'all. Let us know what y'all think. We don't only want the women to be on here because y'all know we'll go all day about y'all. Baby, you know this could be a 2-week topic, honey. Baby, we done been through so much. This could be a 2-week topic.
Yeah, you ain't never lied.
Maybe this can be a 2-week topic.
And
Listen.
why is Kieric on here watching? Um, my
I
nephew.
just think more men need to be more mindful and then more accountable about their real what they want. Like they want a relationship, but they want a relationship, and then they still want to mess with old girl from back in the day because it's like, come on now, ain't nobody got time for all that. Mentally, it's like where you want to go.
Yeah.
You want to be with one woman, or you want to have a whole slew? Because I can't be a part of your slew. So what you doing? Because I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's why the situationships last so long.
That is.
Um,
I
I
think so.
think that people have to, Tanisha, cut your mic off. Um, I think that you have to hold yourself accountable uh, when you see something that you want. And to me, that goes for a man or a woman.
Yeah.
That goes for a man or a woman. Um, it goes for a man or a woman. I don't think that nobody should allow anybody to drag them within the situation for such a long period of time. I think that even in your mind and in your heart, you have to know what it is you want. And when you don't see it, you got to be okay with letting it go. And I think that's part of our problem is that, social media, society have made
That's what
us
I was
want
gonna
these
ask.
things so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because people, they are matching, we get the little funny memes about married couples, Christmas come, the matching pajamas, baby, and the Valentine's Day. And people, even though they joke about it, it's something that they really want. And I understand. To me, I mean, I've always wanted to be married. My mother has been married to my stepdad for over 37 years, 38 years, maybe long, maybe 30, maybe 39 years or something like that. My mom has been married to my stepdad. And I grew up in a household with two parents. And I've always had two daddies. I had a mom, I had stepmamas along the way. And I've always had this community of family and people. So I know what it's like to be married. I watched my mama be a wife and a mother to her children. And I watched my stepdad go out and provide for us and take care of us and make sure we had the best of everything. We grew up very well. We grew up getting exactly what we wanted. At the beginning, we really didn't like my stepdad, but as we got older, we realized that he was really a great person for my mom. And so we grew up in a great household. So for me, you only have a short time with me. I'm not your girlfriend for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. But you can go and get you somebody else. I don't care what kind, I don't care what you got. I don't care what kind of money you got. Because baby, everybody know I'm a Jamaican when it comes to working. Baby, I got about 13 jobs. I
She
care
got
myself.
about 15 jobs for sure.
You ain't gonna drink. And that's just me. I'm not saying that's for everybody. Because everybody don't want what I wanted. Everybody didn't grow up the way that I grew up. I grew up one husband, one wife. We didn't have no in between people. And my stepdad didn't go out and be talking to other women, and he was married to my mom. It was him and my mom. So I didn't see a lot of that growing up. My dad was single. He had his little lady friends and stuff like that. I seen when I went over there, but I didn't really see a lot of that. And throughout the women in my family, you don't get to have a woman and then side women. So me,
Yeah.
I automatically grew up straight out the gate. When I was young, you either going with me or you're gonna be going by yourself, and you can go over there and go with her and other people. But I ain't a part of that polygamy circle. Like that's almost being
Yeah.
a polygamist, and I don't do polygamy. So to me, it's one man, one woman, and that's all I will accept. I don't do that. I just don't do it. I think to me and my beliefs, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy for you as a woman to feel strung along. Um, it's not good for your health. It keeps you stressed out.
Or
It
for a
keeps
man. or for men.
Or men too. You know,
Mhm.
like I said, I want y'all men to chime in because we do have men who got women who treat them wrong. We do have men who really love women and their wives treat them bad. We do. We have it all the time, girl. These women, they would, and then I don't know, but it's just something that I don't do. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just something that I don't do. So, y'all have any more questions? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Yes, come with the questions. Let's get some questions in here. That would be great
Yes.
for us to get some
Somebody
questions
said
so we
when
can
you
look at it.
who is this? Who is this? Carrie said when you know better, you do better. You right.
Damn.
And Margaret Neely say it's not healthy. Margaret, it's not healthy. It is not healthy. I can recall, you know, I've been married before this husband, and I remember being in a relationship like that. You know, people calling you, telling you stuff, and you want to hear because you don't want to be in the blind. But it also makes you sick. It gives you this sick gut feeling. And who wants to feel like that? I didn't get in a relationship for you to dog me out.
Right.
Or I don't want to be in a situation where you dragging me along until you figure out your life or you figure which woman you want because you're dealing with multiple.
Right.
I never wanted to be in that. And so I built up the strength and I motivated myself and I cheered myself on. Baby, listen, I talks to myself. I'll be like, Michelle, shit, girl, you ain't putting up with that. And people think that's crazy, baby. It is not crazy.
Baby, I know you
Yourself,
the same. I be
self-help.
like, girl,
But
that ain't
it's,
crazy.
and that's because you have built up that strength. But you know what is
Baby.
crazy and unfortunate that everybody don't have that.
Well, y'all
Everybody
get on
don't
my
have
page.
that.
I will help y'all. I will root y'all on.
I like one of
Okay,
the
so y'all,
comments on here I just saw.
I got Dwight. Let's see, because we got a guy on here, Dwight. Do
Okay,
you see him, Erica?
let's see.
Dwight said, I believe it can work if all parties are on the same page. You
Oh,
right, Dwight.
cool.
But Dwight, the question that we want to ask men is, and you're a man, and you can talk about it. What makes you guys stay in situationships? Because as we know that situationships and relationships are two different things. Um, what makes men stay in situationships with women for so long? Can you answer that question? And we'll wait for you to answer. And
I
I'm reading. I'm
I
reading
like
as we're gonna wait for Dwayne, the
well,
white.
it wasn't a comment, but I like what she said here, or she asked the question, and she said, "Why are men and women so scared to be alone?"
Oh, we just answered that one, Erica. Remember we talked about being scared. Vicky said that.
Okay, I must have.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
y'all.
see something. Vicky said when you have been done wrong for so long, you get a good man. You really sometimes don't know how to act. You think a relationship's supposed. Vicky, hold on.
Okay,
Vicky, that's
I,
good. That you know what, Vicky?
I saw it, and I'm just
Listen.
saying. Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something
People
about my
haven't been
husband.
healed though. I don't think a lot of people heal from their previous
Never
relationships. I don't
said
think
that.
people sometimes this
But did you see what Vicky said though? You gotta go read her comment. Cause okay, we waiting on Dwight, excuse me, to respond back. But we reading Vicky's comment.
that's good.
So you right, and that is the truth. Like what Vicky said is that you so used to getting done wrong when somebody treats you right, you don't know how to accept it. And
Yes.
Vicky, I agree with that because with my new husband, I will say that I was like that until I had to back that bad boy up and say, you know what, girl, you better go sit down because you know you kissed a bunch of frogs in the past. So you kissed them frogs, and then you got this prince over you. Girl, you better
Yeah,
back. Vicky, you are absolutely correct. Jennifer
yeah.
said sometimes it's the woman who just don't want to get married, and not because the relationship isn't what it should be, but it's just a personal choice. You're right. I know some people who don't want to get married.
Mm,
I
I
do
do.
know some people who don't want to get married. Amy Plummer said, do you guys think that there's not enough conversations being? Yep. Yep.
Okay, so Dwight said,
What
I
did
think
Dwight
it's
say? Let's
fear.
go to Dwight.
He said, I think it's fear and not knowing
Ha-
how to let go.
yeah.
Mm,
Right, you right, Dwight. You're absolutely right. I see a lot of that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely, Dwight.
Mm,
So Amy said, let's go back to Amy. Do you think there's not enough? Amy, there's definitely no conversations being had. Uh, people, people are getting meeting, and it goes right into the relationship. They
Mm-hmm.
mm,
meet, they start talking every day, they start
Yep.
seeing each other every day, and it goes right. The courtship is not there, and nobody has taught us how to be in a courtship.
mm,
Nobody knows how to meet somebody and then not talk to them every day. Like, if we don't go together, I don't need to talk to you every day. Like, I talk to you Sunday, I get with you on Thursday because it's getting close to the end of the. Now they gotta talk Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. They
Ah,
ain't friends no more because now he in the picture. It's like, now
they go
don't do
all in. It's all in. It's so
that,
at the
baby.
so
yeah.
They say
early. They
if we
don't
locked
get to.
in, ain't no
I,
switching
I
there.
feel like people just don't give it time and get to know each other. I think
They
that they
don't.
push things so quickly and don't really take that time to just know
They
who
don't.
they
They
deal.
don't date. They
Yeah,
don't date.
how they deal with day to day things. Like they don't give it time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So and then it ends up being, well, dang, he doing it's you in there, and it's like, okay, I didn't know this about him, but you didn't give it time. And I think they get physical so quickly.
yeah.
I think people get
That
in
sex will get
physically
you every
so
time.
quick. You give yourself to somebody so quick, and we are emotional creatures as women. That's just what
Yeah.
we are, nurturers, and we are emotional. And
Yeah.
men are just not like that.
At
They
Yeah.
all.
not like that.
So Darla Thompson said, we got to learn how to love ourselves before we can love anyone else. And that's a
Absolutely.
woman and
And
a man. Darla, you're absolutely correct. It's
that's
not
the
enough
first
self-love.
Self love is the best love.
Self-love. And that is why people stay with people and put up like, we know that we love ourselves, but not enough to say, I don't deserve this hurt and goodbye.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And close the chapter. So, darling, you are absolutely correct. Kelly Marie said, don't let a man put you on the clearance rack. So the
whew,
next man get to pick you up off the clearance rack because you
Baby, you
a
better
new
come on.
arrival. Kelly,
baby,
you better preach.
baby, baby. Look,
Kelly, but I don't think I'm going on that clearance rack. Kelly, I'll be on that Gucci rack, Kelly. I'm
but
high dollar.
also, I think people are scared. Carrie said
Yeah,
people are scared to have them hard conversations,
They
and
are.
I do believe they are the difficult conversations. I believe that that's definitely correct. People don't want to ask them questions because they scared. Ooh, I might run him off, or
yeah,
no, mm,
Yep.
mm-mm. You better ask them exactly. Just being upfront, definitely being intentional about what it is that you want,
yeah,
and not
yeah.
being scared.
Michael Powell said marriage is not what it used to be. Social media ruined marriage and relationships these days. Michael Powell, you are exactly correct. So
I
all this sneaking in inboxes,
The two.
all this,
believe
this little liking people pictures and stuff. You know, my husband don't have a social media page.
that
Uh,
grass look greener on that other side,
and
but it's really not
yeah,
because they
Um,
think this
yeah,
facade that
social
it's
media
all.
has
Mm-hmm.
social media has definitely ruined relationships, and I just don't think that to me, and I told Erica them this before, when we had our first podcast about marriage. People always ask me, would you rather have love or loyalty? And to me, I'd rather have loyalty. I think love will follow that. I'd
Mm-hmm.
rather have a man who is so loyal to me that even if he meets someone that's better than me or looks better than me, that he is loyal to me to the point where yeah, she fine, but I got something over here already. I
right.
don't
Nobody
think
got this.
the love to me is going to come anyways. You know what I mean? But I need somebody to be loyal to me. Love, I've had too many people say they love me and it did not work out.
Mm.
I need to know I've never had loyalty. So loyalty is more important for me than love is when it
Mm.
comes down to it. I'd rather have loyalty. Love is just not on my agenda. It's,
Because everybody don't know that definition of love.
No,
Carrie
They
said,
don't know that definition
right.
really.
they don't.
Carrie said, social media is a platform to cheat. Baby, listen,
Because
boo.
as soon as
Mhm.
because the people fail to realize, even in relationships, marriages, shit's gonna get hard. So you, like
Oh,
Michelle saying, you want somebody who loyal 10 toes down, as regardless of thick through thin, like you, they gonna be there. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna still be there. And when somebody just run away because they see the next best thing, and social media got that for people, and then they just selling dreams.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Everybody have
might
bad
like that
days.
person today and tomorrow you might say, "Ooh, I don't like him tomorrow," but I ain't going nowhere. But we don't like each other tomorrow because we go through whatever we go through. But you know that person is gonna be loyal no
Everybody
matter
go
what.
through shit. It's like, how do you handle the shit together?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Yeah.
how do you handle it together? How do you not let the
yes.
outsiders in? Because people will be like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." Well, you ain't me.
Mm.
Yeah. I think my experiences, I think the reason why loyalty is such a thing to me, and now that, we're kind of in talking about relationships, um, is because I don't, I, I've been in so many bad relationships, so
Mm-hmm.
many cheating relationships
Mm-hmm.
that when I got with Dorian, I don't really look at nobody like that. Like, it ain't, can nobody out top Dorian. And that's the way that I feel. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, he got that. So what? Like, I just don't even put myself in that position to even be playing with nobody like that. Cause he don't get to play with me like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
do nothing to him that I wouldn't want him to do to me. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? All that
Right.
I don't really get in that line. Michael Powell said, love can get you killed. People will love you, kill you the next day. Loyalty is being 100 when they with you or not around you.
That's
They'll
right.
take up for you when you're not around. Michael, you are absolutely correct.
You gotta know that. You gotta
Yeah,
know.
that loyalty is a big thing. So, y'all, I'll tell y'all, everybody out here watching and things like that, you know, um, you know, in these situations, y'all have to get yourself in a position to where you have boundaries. And that's really what it comes down to.
Mm.
You got to have set some boundaries for yourself. What are your boundaries? And
Yeah.
you don't have to tell nobody. You can just know them in your head. You don't have to tell a man, well, you got this and you got to do this. And too many times that's what we do. Women, we kind of talk too much when we get with men. We want
Ooh,
to run our whole damn life down to them. We want to tell them who did us like what, and what our baby daddies did to us, and they didn't take care of their kids. And we want to run our life down. And they just over there taking notes like, oh, I'm gonna do this for the. Okay, I already know she put up with people because she didn't already told me that she put up with me.
right.
I already know that I can drag this on. Number one. Number two, she been done wrong. So she's sensitive. And they go down the line on you. And I really believe that. And you have to be confident in yourself, like someone said earlier. You have to love yourself enough to know that enough is enough. And
Yeah.
if you haven't gotten there as a man or a woman, it's probably time that you seek some type of therapy because
Yes.
we all need it at some point. You know what I mean? Darla said, them bad relationships with Darla, them bad relationships. I know they taught me. I don't know if they taught anybody else, but I always, when me and my husband are not having a good day,
Mm.
um, babe, when we having heated fellowship, as I would say, um,
Ah!
when we're going through that, I never just dog him out to people, or I kind of
Oh,
remember, okay, this is life. We're human. We're gonna have a bad day. But
Right.
I also remember how somebody drugged me through the mud, and he don't drag me through the mud. He don't treat me like that. So I'm not going to just go all in because we had one situation. And I
right.
think that so many times that is how the relationships turn sour is because of stuff like that. So it's
But
like,
I also think a lot
you
of
know,
people do that to themselves when they on social media and they post their relationship in every little thing that they do on social media too.
a man
Or
wants,
or how people be make believe and stuff. They want the social media world to see it one way, but then when they know we living in Austin together and it's sugar to shit. So it's like make them together,
make them
make
make
them
sense.
believable. So you
Yeah,
know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know. I feel like definitely just being able to communicate with that person and
Yes,
keeping God first in your household and
yes,
keeping your situation in
mhm,
your situation and not with everybody else. Like she said, like definitely your relationship is your relationship. Like, and knowing that you gonna go through problems, but y'all gonna be able to communicate, work it out. However you decide to work it out, whether y'all give each other a day or two to figure things out, we gonna be silent for a couple of days and get ourselves together, and then we gonna come back together and talk about it. However you decide to do things, but I think definitely keeping it in your household and going through your situation how you need to. But you coming out on that other side and knowing that, like she said, you got that loyalty there,
hmm
you got God there, and I think those are definitely what's most important. Just making sure you communicate with each other.
so so basically, do y'all think a lot, well, and I know I do, but do y'all think a lot of it is self-inflicted, inflicted self-destruction, like with women or men? And when I say that, it's
For
like,
sure.
I guess like putting up with it. It's like almost self-inflicted, like you know better, you should do better. You've
hmm
been in these situations before. It's not like you ain't never touched the fire before. You've touched the fire. So
But I do think it. But I think a lot of people just want it so bad because
and they
they
can taste
see it.
it.
They
Hmm
and they also seeing
Yep.
all of it on social media. Ooh,
hmm
everybody relationship look like it's good. They getting, like you
Yep.
said, they getting flew out places.
Yeah.
They doing all these things together, and I feel like people want it so bad that they
They
yeah.
sell.
deal with whatever.
And this is the thing, and I will say this about married people because I know a lot of people get down on married people. I see it all the time, like, somebody's husband was in my inbox and whatever. A lot of stuff that we post on social media about our husbands is the truth. It's really
True.
not a lie. Uh, a lot, but what people don't understand is that it is a real life outside of social media.
hmm
Life is gonna happen. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have days when you don't feel like being bothered. We're
hmm
human and we just feel like that sometimes. Sometimes we may not feel like talking for the day. Some may have happened and we don't want to talk to nobody today. Or maybe your husband had a bad day. And those are just
You
things
had
that you learn and you have to learn how to work on over time when it comes to the relationship.
yeah.
So a
Yeah.
lot of things that uh and people do see it on social media and they do want it, but people got to get out of social media and get back into their real life and look at
Reality.
their
Right.
It's
situation.
reality, not reality.
Look at yours. Don't look at what's on social because your
Right.
relationship ain't like social media. So
Yeah.
Like I
you
tell
got to go
people all
back.
the time, my relationship, why I celebrate it because I feel like I've been through, so now I'm celebrating. Like we worked on it, and this is what the
And you
results are.
say not on that other. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it ain't always peaches and cream, but when I'm time to celebrate, I'm gonna show up and show out on it.
Right.
And I'm not gonna make no apologies, but I'm not gonna be fake because I want to be transparent because you just never know who you might help. Like somebody
Right.
helped me before, so it's like you know what I'm saying. It's like you want to, pay it forward, and it's like it's not like you trying to make this is make believe. People like, oh, don't. It's real. This is for real.
This is
Like this
real
is my
life.
real
Yeah.
life.
Right.
Because you not
So
because we all know that ain't nothing perfect. Ain't nobody's
So,
relationship 100%. We all
right.
know that. It's
So
definitely not that.
we
So,
have Darla on here.
huh?
And she said, some men know nothing about courting back in our parents' days. They courted the man, took the woman out. These men be asking to come to your house half a day of knowing you. Men got to
Mm,
get back to
Lord.
want to be
Okay.
respected.
Mm.
Carrie said, baby, and the filters don't make it no better.
I still don't know how to use a filter.
Michelle, so I think you should give everybody a recap on what we talked about and we discussed today.
Okay, so y'all, to the people who are just joining in, we are talking about relationships or situationships. We want to know what y'all think about them. What is the difference between a relationship and a situationship? What do you, why do you think society or women or men allow themselves to stay in these situations for so long without getting a real commitment from someone? And so that's what we're talking about, y'all, to the people who are tuning in. I see Vicky Thomas Rogers said, whatever you did to get her, you have to continue to do to keep her, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But and that's right, Vicky. But
Yeah,
what I'm seeing in these situations, Vicky, is that they don't have to do it, because they do it just a little bit, just enough to will the person in. And then when they will them in, it's like almost they got like mind control over them. And then the person never gets what they want after that. And so I guess today, we came on here to talk about that, because we really want to help people understand that you don't have to really do that. You can set boundaries for yourself. If you want to be in a situation, then it's your life. You can do what you want to do.
Each his own. Yeah.
Right. But if you don't, then learn to set yourself some boundaries. Life is going to happen. You shouldn't be scared today. You shouldn't be scared to get out here in this world, because you're going to have to, or you're going to grow old by yourself. And some people are fine with going out. I had told Erica, me and Erica had talked about, if neither one of us got married, we was going to be on the cruise with our back out at like 60 some years old.
Somewhere. Right. We were going to get one big old house. We were going to sell our houses. We were going to get one big house.
Babe, we was gonna live together. We was gonna be on the cruise like with some senior citizens, babe, with our AARP discount.
We were gonna be
our backs out, being old.
With our senior citizens, getting our senior citizens meal.
Me and Erica had already said, we had already planned up that life. We was like, we're gonna move together.
I'm telling you,
we're gonna be on the cruise somewhere.
Deal, but we're gonna be moving around as old women and getting our senior citizens meals and on our cruises and doing whatever we need to do.
Yeah. Right. So, men, I want y'all to chime in. We're an hour and 12 minutes into this live, and
it's so y'all cool though. We like the comment. Everybody commenting.
Yeah, I'm looking
questions, and I like it definitely. Yeah. So,
Margaret say, but as long as it's women out here willing to play the side piece, men will continue to cheat.
I agree.
Because I hear a lot of women that are okay with messing with folks' husband. Margaret, come on, girl. We finna talk about
that. We finna talk for sure, because we do know.
Margaret, listen. Let me tell you something. And this is a FY to Austin, Texas. Nobody better ever talk to my husband. This is YouTube, whoever. Dorian Zachary, don't even look at him. Tell you that right now.
Disclaimer, don't play.
Baby, this is a disclaimer from Michelle Zachary. Don't look at him, baby. He taking. That shit right there, I don't play. But I'm gonna tell you, I see a lot of men, and this is what I don't like about men. When it comes to that, they be married, they still be married, and then they be over here trying to talk to other women. Handle your business first. And women, let these men get out of these marriages. Let these men get out of these marriages. Do not be over here covering some other woman's door, and this man is still married. Let the men take care of their business. I'm not saying you can't go with him after he get married. Let that man take care of his business. That is drama, and that is causing too many problems. Mm-hmm. And if that man would do it to his wife, if he ain't got it, and women, y'all got to start looking at the game, man. The game ain't, baby, the game is to be taught. Y'all got to start looking at this shit as if y'all were in these women's shoes.
Thank you.
All of us have been done bad by a man at some point, and you didn't want nobody talking to your man when you was with him. You done hooped and hollered, cross, spray painted his car, flattened his tires, called his mom out her name. Listen, Give these men a break. Give them a minute. When you meet a man and that man say that he is married, you tell him, baby, okay.
Yeah.
When that ink dry on that paperwork, then you come holler at me. But you ain't messing with me and you still got a wife, honey. Go on down to Travis County, file your little indigent if you ain't got a job, or get you an attorney and get that business settled. Y'all, we got to start doing things right and in order. Quit talking to these people's husbands.
Shell, did you see
this is just trifling. Like, stop it. And baby, I'm here to say, y'all say what y'all want to say about me.
baby?
You ain't, girl, I would feel terrible if I was over there now. And I ain't the younger women, y'all might have to catch up and figure this out, but y'all don't do it either. But us old broads, us ones that been around the world and we know better. We know better than that shit.
Now we some broads,
well, we we're talking to these, let these husbands get divorced. Let them settle out their business with them ex-wife, the wives. Let that shit go on. Let that ink dry. And then let him, because right now he don't know what he wants. He don't know if he still want the wife. He don't know if he want you, but he wants you because you over here making him feel good because he mad at the wife because she want to divorce him. Baby, get that man a little break. You know, men be confused a little bit, even when they marry. So you got to get him a little break to get their head together, because that's how people end up in situations. That's how you end up in them situations. And then because you be thinking, let me tell y'all something, because I'm going to tell y'all. I met a man before who was married. Take y'all back to this ex-husband of mine.
Okay.
I met a man who was married. They were going through a divorce. I decided I'm going to talk to him because I done been there. I ain't going to act like I ain't been there, done that. But I'm going to tell y'all where that shit will lead you to. I talked to that man. Now, I knew this man that treated his wife bad. I knew it. I seen it. I watched the red. And I'm going to tell y'all, don't ever think that you better than the next one, because you are not. You are just a new piece of cake, honey. When he finished tasting you, he don't want that cake no more. He gonna want a new piece of cake, baby. You know how anything bun cakes had them lemon and strawberry. You get tired of eating that lemon, so you go try one of them other new flavors that they got. Baby, that's what you are. You just a flavor right now.
The flavor for the month. The flavor for the month.
Baby, I dated a man. He was going through a divorce. He finally got the divorce, and then me and him got married. Okay? Baby, everything he did to that wife, he did to me. Listen, so don't ever think that you finna get with this married man and he ain't go, because if he did his wife, because he was supposed, when he said for better or for worse, for sickness and health until death do us part, he should have stood on those vows. And I do understand things don't work out. I get that. But if they don't work out, go ahead and wipe off that slate clean before you try to go have somebody else jumping in your bed with you, men. Because I'm talking to y'all men now. Quit pursuing these women, knowing that these women are vulnerable. And y'all are taking advantage of that. Y'all over here still texting your wife, talking about you love her, you miss her, you're sick, you can't sleep. And then you over here telling her, well, let's go do this. She done got on my nerves. That's why I'm divorcing her. I've been there, done that. The men are not. One thing I learned, don't ever forget how a man treated the woman that he was with before you. You ain't gonna get treated no better. A real man ain't gonna do. If he just a good solid man, he gonna be a good solid man. And them the ones y'all need to start watching out for. But these men who got these bodies under their belt, because while they be hollering about women got bodies, they got bodies too. You don't want a man with too many bodies, okay, honeys? Baby, don't get them in with them bodies. And don't let them men come talking about them women to y'all either, because those men, they ain't gonna do nothing but do you the same way when they ain't with you no more. So y'all, we're gonna have to get that together as women. And that's one of the reasons why people end up in them situationships. I'm gonna tell you. That's where a lot of situationships come from. Because I was in the damn situationship, and then I turned around and was in a marriage with the situation, and then the marriage turned into a situation which ended in divorce. Now, how y'all doing? That's the talk right there. me tell y'all that shit. It
But like
is.
I said, people don't want the accountability because sometimes people get scared and they like, oh, I don't want to be alone, or I could fix it. And then we 10 years in, I'm like, damn, you still ain't fixed it. Well, what is gonna
Yeah.
take?
Nah.
You can't
I
do
think
what
that just would scare me. I think that would scare me the fact that if he is still married, but he's talking to me and trying, it's like you ain't even tried to get your life together and in order before you decide that you trying to jump into something with me. Like that would scare me.
and it's crazy now because women doing it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
women are doing it
These
though.
women, I'm gonna
It
tell y'all
ain't,
something.
it ain't
These
just men. It
men,
ain't
I'm with y'all. These women are a piece of work.
Oh yeah, the women are too. They
The women
definitely
off the
are.
chain.
They doing it.
They
'Cause
off the chain.
these women nowadays, I'm telling you, baby, all they is trying to get their shit paid for and move around.
Ah, you
Say, baby, bills are expensive.
Baby, they say that rent and them bills and that tummy tuck, all this shit that they trying to do,
Erica, now, I do want one of those, Erica.
getting
Don't play.
flew out.
You ain't lying though. They like rent,
And we getting trying to get flew out. Shit, that shit
move
is
out.
expensive.
It's
We got to
expensive.
find sponsors. I'm telling you, hey.
Yeah,
Sponsors
but
it. Ugh.
let the sponsor be single, not
But that's
married.
my whole point. But make sure that they have gotten their stuff together. And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with if y'all have this agreement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You single, I'm single. This is what we finna do.
Right.
I think
Mm-hmm.
it's cool if y'all have that definitely that agreement.
Right.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
yeah,
try to do. But definitely being upfront and having that
yeah.
understanding. I think
And
that's
yeah,
all.
and I think, like somebody said earlier, I think conversations need to happen. And I think
Mhm,
conversations need to happen. And then when you
mhm.
get the answer, you be cool with it. And I think
Right.
at our age, it's time to be okay with if you meet a man and y'all look like y'all match good together when y'all take selfies. It's okay, but you may not be a good match for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all
Look,
selfies might be cute, but y'all not cute together when it comes to growing and building things and growing old together and things like that. And
Because
so,
looking cute is not finna get your bills paid.
no,
It's not finna keep you warm. It's not gonna keep that loyalty there that
no,
you looking for. All the things that you looking for, being cute ain't gonna get it.
and
So
we can't hold on no more because we've been knowing each other since when we went to Reagan. That don't count no more. The
right?
longevity no more don't do no more. No, that don't go back.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess
I
it just
agree.
depends. It definitely depends on what you're looking for, what you want out of life, and what you're
Right.
looking for. So
Yeah, I agree. Y'all. I think this has been a great conversation.
for
Everybody,
sure.
me and my friend Carrie, we talked about it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody feels different about y'all. Look at my husband, he text me talking about he love me. See, y'all better get y'all one, baby.
Better
Let's
get you one.
but
Oh, Dorian, that's
baby,
Hey,
Dorian know what to
hey,
do, honey. Dorian know what to do. That's why his wife takes good care of him. But I think that everybody situation is different. I think a lot of time we just haven't learned. We don't have friends that are honest with us, who
yeah.
really love us enough to say, friend, you
it's
don't
not
deserve that. And
yeah.
I am one of those friends. I've been like this since I was a kid. I'm always going to tell my friends the truth. They may not like it. We may fall out. We may disagree. We may have a disagreement. But as your friend, if I see something that you don't see, because a lot of times when we're in these
We
relationships, we
don't
don't
see
see,
it. We
you
don't.
know, we
No.
don't. We just feel like we're in love. He's saying all the right things. It feels right. But we know deep in our heart and in the gut, in the pit of our stomachs, that it's not right. And I think that we should start going with that. Um, we have to at some point in our life fix this situation that's going on so that we can become better husbands or wives when we do meet somebody who is good to us and who really truly cares for us and admire us.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ignore, like you always say, because me and you talk about this all the time. I think we definitely ignore those red flags that
Yes.
we see so early on. And you
Mhm.
be like, it's okay. Like,
Right.
get past that. We
Mhm.
we do a lot of that. Be like, maybe he'll change. And I think it's definitely those red flags that we ignore early on in the relationship. And we do have to say those major ones that we like, oh, I don't know. I think we definitely have to start paying attention to more.
Right. Do y'all have any other okay. They spend a
Can he
lifetime trying to
join in?
get you.
My brother is trying to get in. That's
He's trying to
interesting.
get in. I don't see him, Erica.
He said, I saw he said he joined, but because I texted him and he said, I saw he said I'm in. Then he just texted me and said into the
Tell
join.
him, so Carrie, if you on here, if you want to ask a question
He
or
did.
anything
I
like
mean,
that.
I saw on here, you see on Facebook where he said he joined in
Uh-uh.
right before. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I
he
shared it on mine too, Shell. You can see it on my feed too.
Okay. Okay.
I thought he said
Y'all, I think that this podcast was great. I think more conversations need to be had
I want the
Thank
about
daughter.
just, relationships and things. And, like I said, everybody don't want a marriage. Everybody don't want a relationship. But what I see is people really do want them. They say they don't, but I think half of the time it's because they know they're not going to get them. So they just conform to what the man want or what the woman wants.
Compromise. They compromise
And
with
they
what?
just and you know what? I don't even think it's a compromise because a compromise means two people agreed on it. I think they just conform to what the person wants so that they can still be in the presence of the person. And and then you end up spending your life doing everything that this person wants to do, and you never get to fulfill your dreams and your wants and your love and the things that you want. And I will say to any man or woman that is on this watching this podcast or who is on who will watch it later, is that time is very short, y'all. We don't have a lot of time.
We got
We
to
are
get
already 45, 46, 47, almost 50 years old. The
you.
lifespan of our generation is probably 80 years old, 90 years old. I mean, my great grandmother lived to 102 or 3, I believe. We don't have a lot of time. So if you move it back and you think, I'm 40 some now, I may live till I'm 85.
you might not even live to that. You could be
Right.
90.
You don't really have a lot of
That's
time.
pushing it.
That's right. And the type of stress that we have put on ourselves trying to figure these things out
hmm
instead of just standing on what we want, we will be less stressed. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? And don't get me wrong, I have been in those shoes before. I'm not saying that I've always had the best relationships because I haven't. That's why I'm on here talking about it today. I'm not going to say that I have the best relationship today. It's perfect for me and what I'm doing. But I tell you what I have learned through the duration of my life as a young girl with kids. I had my son at 15 on up until I am today 45 years old, be 46 in a couple of days, is that I have things and accomplishments that I want to do before I leave this earth. And one of them is not to be following a man around or letting a man drag me around. I have saw my mother be a wife her whole life. I wanted to be like my mom. I wanted to have a husband to take good care of me, for me to take care of him, for us to be able to sit on my back porch like my mom and her husband do today. They are retired. They live in a big, nice home. They drive nice cars. They own a business.
Just be
They
happy.
are relaxed. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that is what I wanted for my life. So I set up these boundaries so that I could have that life. And when I met a man and he did not fit into what my vision was for me and my children, then I moved forward. Um,
Yeah.
I cut the relationship and I let him go. And that has worked for me. Um, have I been through a lot of relationships? Yes, I absolutely have. And I'm not ashamed to say it. But I will not And I will say this fair and square, I will not be in a long-term girlfriend boyfriend relationship with the man. I'm not your girlfriend forever. I'm getting my cookie and splitting bills. And if something happened to you, I'm not gonna have no say so.
Yeah, that's
I'm
correct.
not doing it. It is things that come with being in marriage. And it's not just about that. It's just about sharing a life and a partnership with somebody and not having all these bodies and not being with this one person today and this one person tomorrow. So that's just my take on it, y'all. What y'all think? Erica, what you
I,
think?
you know what you said, it just definitely makes sense. I think that you're right. I think it doesn't take long to figure out if you can make. I'm not saying that everything in a relationship is going to be perfect because we know it's not. You gonna have your days. You have your way of doing things, and they have their way of doing. I think that definitely being on the same page and communicating about the things that you want and the things that you need. I don't think it takes that long. I definitely think that you should be able to figure those things out so early in the relationship and just
Mm-hmm.
being happy, like you said. We in our 40s, late 40s
Yeah.
for
Late
me.
40s.
I'm 47 years old. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take, and I've never been married, but it doesn't take that long to figure out if this person you want to be with and this is going to work out, and if y'all can build something together.
Right.
You either gonna be able to deal with that person or you not. And so I don't think it takes all of that. That's just definitely something that we all want, and just being like you said, setting those boundaries and knowing what you want. And if that doesn't fit in what you want, you being able to say, nah, this is not what I want to do no more. Like
True.
you can't give me exactly what because I'm not saying that I'm definitely perfect and that is my way, but if you don't fit in what I'm telling you that I need from you, then yeah,
Yeah.
I think you need to move around. So
Tanisha, what you think?
Yeah, I think it's like setting healthy boundaries because I think sometimes we go in blind thinking that we could change people, but you can't change somebody unless they're willing to change because it
mm,
takes two people to do the work. Like, and I
right,
always say, you hear me say this all the time, like when you see better, you do better. It's because it's true. It's like you seeing everybody around you. It's like you said, I'm about to be 43 on Easter. It's like, it's certain things in my life I don't want to be doing at 43. It's like, come on now, and I don't want
right,
to hang around other women who doing that at 43. So
mm,
it
Right.
is like I'm not trying to be shady, but it's like y'all, we need to grow up, and as women, sometimes we need to hold each other more accountable, and you need to hold these men accountable that you want to be in a relationship with. And if, like you said, if it's something
Mhm.
that you don't see and it ain't right, them flags gonna be burnt orange before you mess around and leave. Just leave.
yeah,
It's okay. Somebody else will get it together and get their stuff together for you in order to make you healthy and whole. So just, just move around.
I
yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
agree. Audience, what y'all think? Misha Jones said we have a hard enough time trying to change ourselves. We can't change people. Misha, you
My
are
brother said
absolutely correct,
hard.
honey.
You can't
He
You
said
change.
he
couldn't.
hard.
You said a mouthful with that. We have a hard time changing ourselves, and that's why
Yes.
I said earlier. Like I don't have time to babysit you. I have children. I
Yeah.
don't have time to say this is A, B, C. Tie your shoe. Sit right here. Eat all your vegetables. I don't have time to do that with a man. When I meet you in my 40s, I need you to be have learned from your experience in your past relationships in
Mhm.
order to match me with what I want. And we may not be a match, and that's fine. But I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be drug on by you, and I'm not gonna be trying to figure out if
Right.
we're gonna be good in a relationship together when I see things that I see don't fit with my life. So Misha, you are absolutely correct. We have had a hard time changing ourselves. I
Yes.
know it has taken me to go to counseling. And Erica will tell you, I had a situation this weekend to where they thought I was going to blow up, baby. And my counseling worked. And so, we have a very hard time changing ourselves. So you're absolutely right. We don't have time to change no man.
Yes, honey.
He needs to already be whole when he meet us.
Mhm.
We're not
Yeah,
we're not nobody's mama. We're not babysitting grown men. They need to already have it together.
Because that's the thing. If he's not working for you and what you want and what you looking for, yeah, maybe you need to let him go and get himself together.
Yeah.
So go on,
Real
go on
talk.
and figure it out. And then, if I'm available, let me know. But yeah, if he ain't got there where you're at, then yeah, you gotta go and let it go.
Misha
So,
said, my uncle told me don't waste your time with someone you know you'll never marry. I agree.
Ooh,
You know,
yes.
I agree. Like Misha, and you are absolutely correct, y'all. You know, y'all, I grew up with Misha. Misha's a little younger than me, but her mom was like our Aunt Pam, and we grew up. They were kids, and Misha, you are absolutely correct, and I'm so proud of you for even having that mindset at your age, because it's women your age that do not think like that. And your uncle was absolutely correct. He a man. He know them men who know who they gonna get with and know who they not. They know it straight out the gate. We the one over here wavering like a tree, just going back and forth, trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's going to stand still. The men are concrete. When them men say they gonna do something, they do exactly what they gonna do. And then women end up just following. Like, well, he said he gonna do this, and they be waiting on him to finish doing what he doing. That's why you have so many men who have accomplished their goals and dreams, and then you got these women trying to play catch up on their lives because they've waited on these men. And I don't think that should be so. Misha, you are absolutely correct. Michelle Kirkendall said, "At our age, we know what we want. If a man or woman is not equally yoked for us, let them go." Baby, amen.
Hallelujah.
You know what I'm saying? You are actually right. And the thing, Michelle, is people need to understand what equally yoked means. And I think that's another thing. I think that we have gotten away from tradition. To me, I don't think everything has to be tradition. But when it comes to this marriage, I think we need to get back to the Bible. And I think we need to get back to that tradition. Because regardless of how our childhoods end up, we went to church. It wasn't you didn't have to, the hook now. I will say this, them Papa's did have some little families around the corner, but
but
we didn't know all that. You know what I mean? But our grandmas was taking care of. The foundation was set to be a certain thing. Now, whether they did something else, that was the foundation. And I think now too many people are too comfortable with doing each other wrong and 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 just being in all these different type of relationships. I was looking at some the other day, and they was talking about polyamorous, polyglamorous, poly this. I said,
Yeah.
what's wrong with this? I don't understand. Like, where's these people making up these just so they can be with two people and everybody be comfortable with it? It's modern age pimping. That's all it is. It's a pimp. He got two women who got low self-esteem that I feel like is just going with the flow because they both want him and they don't want to have to fight over him. So they're like, okay, we'll just all go. Like, one woman, one man. I just, those are situationships, baby. That poly, whatever. Baby, they said polyglamorous, polyamorous, poly somebody. I said, see, that's already too much. But y'all right, we have to set boundaries for ourselves and know our worth. Boundaries is the biggest thing that women are lacking. I see it every day. These women have, but I'm gonna tell you, these women will have boundaries and everything else except for with that man. These women got to get some boundaries with these men. And men, y'all got to get boundaries with these women. It's just the way that it is.
Yeah.
Michelle, you are absolutely correct. We have to set boundaries and we have to know our worth, y'all. Like, we are worth so much more than what we put up with. And
men and women. Yep.
Men and women. You're absolutely correct. We are worth so much more. Man, I never knew what it was to have a good man until I met Dory. He is an awesome guy. But I never, and then when I met him, I was acting such a fool. And he was like, hey, you need to get it together because, baby, I'm not dumb. I'm not finna just be putting up with you. You know what I mean? But I wasn't used to somebody treating me right. I wasn't used to somebody being home at 9 o'clock. Like my husband on the weekend, Babe, my husband can be right in his man cave watching TV. He is at home. He ain't all that in the streets trying to hang with them homeboys all day. He don't do none of that. And I'm telling you, man, y'all,
Great.
it is small things that I appreciate. When I look back on my husband don't do that. And I thank the Lord. I ain't lying, y'all, because baby, I was gonna see me on the first 48 if I had met some of them.
Ah,
I'm
damn.
just not that girl. I'm not it, babe. I'm not her. I don't really put up with that.
First
I
40.
just don't. I don't put up with it. And so I
Yeah.
thank God that he intervened and allowed me to meet someone. And me and my husband didn't meet out in the streets. We knew each other, but that's not the way we met. And I was skeptical about it. And my friends was, and everybody was, because I had just got out of a similar situation. But I tell you what, it was one of the best choices that I made for myself. Because I can go out of town and be comfortable that I'm away from my husband and that he is at home in our bed and I'm not here. I never had that type of feeling before. I never been in a relationship like that. So, I thank God every day for that situation. Do he get on my nerves sometimes? Yep, he do. But he the best man that I've ever been in a relationship with. I will say that in honesty. So, I thank God for that he don't give me a lot of problems. We disagree. We grew up different. We disagree about a lot of things. But for the most part, he a nice man. He a nice man. I will say that. I'll say that. But y'all, it has been good. Erica and Tanisha, thank you guys so much for taking the time out to do this podcast with me. This wouldn't be what it is without y'all. Y'all, we just getting started. This is a new podcast here in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
We're just getting started, and we hope you guys will tune in. I want you guys to share, subscribe to my page on YouTube, Relock Podcast. Share,
It's only
tell
gonna get better, people. It's only gonna get better.
it only gets better. Yeah, we have a lot of good topics coming up. We will be on every Tuesday at 7:30. We may not go as long. Some of these conversations get a little spicy, so we kind of go longer, but we're gonna try to keep it to a minimum. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys coming on, logging in, taking y'all time out of y'all night to come in and chill with us, talk to us, keep it 100, keep it real, because y'all know that's all I do. And we hope to see y'all back next week. We love y'all. We thank y'all so much. Our family, our friends who tune in, people who don't know us. Thank y'all for everything. We'll see y'all next week. We'll have another topic, y'all. Make sure to just stay tuned.
Is it next week? We're doing next week.
Next week, Tuesday at 7:30. It'll be every Tuesday. It may be all three of us. It may not be, everybody works. We have different things going on, but for the most part, hopefully you'll see us all. We'll be bringing in some special guests later on down the line.
My brother just texted and said we need him on next time. So,
Vicky, thank you for tuning in. Vicky Thomas, I love you. Been my friend for a long since I was a little girl in Springdale Garden, girl, running around. So I love you, Vicky. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank each and every one of y'all.
We appreciate y'all even coming on and definitely chiming in and giving us, questions, whatever. It was definitely great this time. I like that we had a lot of different people on here and giving their opinions. And definitely, we want more men on here next time if you can to chime in. So it was great.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night. We love y'all.